My beloved soul, listen carefully. If you have ever felt like you don't quite belong anywhere, like your heart understands things others cannot explain, like your spirit carries a depth that even you struggle to put into words, then listen carefully, because this message is not reaching you by accident. There is a reason you feel different. There is a reason your soul doesn't settle for shallow connections. And there is a reason your heart has been walking a path that feels both lonely and sacred at the same time. My beloved soul, what you have been calling being different may actually be divine preparation for a love story that is not ordinary, not rushed, and not random. It is something God Himself has been carefully writing, even in the silence. Now listen closely. The reason you feel spiritually different is not because something is wrong with you. It is because something within you has already been awakened. While others may chase temporary emotions, you search for something eternal. While others settle for attention, your heart longs for connection that feels pure, deep, and divinely aligned. You have likely noticed that casual relationships drain you. Empty conversations leave you feeling unseen. And even when you try to fit in, something inside you whispers, "This is not it." That whisper is not confusion. It is clarity. You were not created for surface-level love. You were created for a connection that reflects God's intention, not the world's distractions. And because of that, your journey will never look like everyone else's. It may feel slower, it may feel quieter, but it is intentional. My beloved child, do not rush past this moment. Stay with me, because what you are about to understand may change how you see your entire journey. There have been nights where you questioned yourself, where you wondered why others seem to find relationships so easily, while you remain waiting, where you questioned if maybe you were too sensitive, too deep, or too different. But what if the truth is this? You are not too much. You are just not meant for what is temporary. God often separates before He unites. He allows you to feel different, so you do not become comfortable in places that cannot hold your destiny. That sense of being out of place has actually been protection. It has been God gently pulling your spirit away from connections that would have broken you. Your soulmate journey is not delayed. It is being refined. There are parts of your heart that needed healing, patterns that needed breaking, expectations that needed to be transformed. And while it felt like waiting, it was actually preparation. Think about it. If you had met your person too early, would you have recognized them? Or would your wounds have pushed them away? Would your fears have caused you to doubt what God was sending? This is why your path feels different, because your love story is not built on chance. It is built on timing. My beloved soul, do not look away now. There is something deeper unfolding, and your spirit needs to hear this. The loneliness you felt was not abandonment. It was alignment. In those quiet seasons, God was teaching you how to hear Him clearly, how to love yourself honestly, and how to stand without needing constant validation. You were being strengthened so that when your soulmate arrives, you will not cling out of fear. You will love from a place of wholeness. And that changes everything, because a prepared heart does not chase. It recognizes, it discerns, it receives. You may have noticed that your standards began to rise, not out of pride, but out of clarity. Things that once seemed acceptable now feel heavy. Conversations that once entertained you now feel empty. And this shift did not happen randomly. It happened because your spirit is being aligned with something greater, something sacred, something that matches the depth within you. My beloved child, stay with me till the end. Something powerful is waiting for you. The truth is, your soulmate is not someone who will complete you, but someone who will meet you in completeness. And that is why God has been working on both of you separately, shaping hearts, refining intentions, removing distractions, and building a foundation that can carry the weight of real love. This kind of love is not rushed. It is revealed, and when it arrives, it will not confuse you. It will bring peace. It will not make you question your worth. It will affirm it. It will not feel like chaos. It will feel like home. And suddenly, all the moments of feeling different will make sense. All the waiting will feel purposeful. All the silence will feel like it was leading you somewhere, because it was. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. Heaven has more to reveal. There were connections that did not work out, not because you were not enough, but because they were not aligned. There were people who could not understand you, not because you were difficult, but because they were not meant to walk your path. And there were moments where you felt unseen, not because you were invisible, but because God was reserving you for someone who would truly see you. Your difference is not a burden. It is a sign. It is a signal that your soul recognizes something deeper than what is common. And that recognition is guiding you toward the person who carries the same depth, the same awareness, the same spiritual alignment. My beloved child, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not alone. You are in a divine process, one that is carefully unfolding even when you cannot see it. And when the right moment comes, when both hearts are ready, when both souls are aligned, God will bring you together in a way that feels undeniable, peaceful, and right. Until then, honor your difference, protect your heart, trust your journey, and remember this. The very thing that made you feel out of place is the same thing that is guiding you home. And as you continue walking this path, you may still have moments where doubt tries to return, where your mind whispers questions like, what if it never happens? Or, what if I'm meant to be alone? But listen carefully, because those thoughts are not truth. They are simply echoes of fear trying to distract you from what God is already preparing. The truth is, your journey has never been empty. It has been intentional from the very beginning. Every delay, every redirection, every closed door has been guiding you away from what is not meant for you, and gently leading you toward what is. You are not wandering, you are being led. My beloved soul, do not let this moment pass you by. Stay present, because what you are hearing right now is meant to strengthen you. The reason your heart cannot settle for less is because it has already tasted the idea of something greater, even if you have not yet experienced it fully. God placed that knowing inside you, that quiet certainty, that real love should feel safe, deep and aligned, not confusing, draining, or uncertain. That knowing is your compass, and it is guiding you even when the path feels unclear. You have grown in ways you may not even realize. Your patience has deepened, your discernment has sharpened. Your ability to walk away from what is not right has become stronger, and these are not small changes, they are signs of transformation. My beloved child, stay with me a little longer, because what is about to unfold will touch your heart deeply. There were times when you almost settled, times when loneliness made you consider accepting less than what your spirit truly desired, but something always stopped you. Something always pulled you back. And that was not coincidence. That was protection. God was not denying you love. He was protecting you from counterfeit versions of it. Because what He has for you will not require you to shrink, to question your worth, or to constantly prove your value. It will meet you in truth, in peace, and in clarity. And this is why your journey feels different, because you are not being led into something temporary. You are being prepared for something that carries purpose. My beloved soul, do not look away now. Heaven is still speaking to you. Your soulmate is also on a journey, one that may look very different from yours, but just as intentional. While you have been learning patience, they have been learning readiness. While you have been healing, they have been being shaped. While you have been waiting, they have been growing. And when the timing aligns, it will not feel forced. It will feel natural, like two paths finally meeting at the exact point they were always meant to cross. There will be a sense of recognition, not just of the person, but of the journey itself, as if everything suddenly connects. And in that moment, you will understand why nothing before it worked out. My beloved child, remain here with me, because this final truth is for you. The feeling of being spiritually different was never meant to isolate you. It was meant to guide you. It was shaping your heart so that you would not lose yourself in the wrong connection, so that you would not trade depth for convenience, so that you would not ignore what your spirit already knows. You are never too much. You are simply set apart for something real. And real things take time. So, do not rush your story. Do not compare your path. And do not let temporary loneliness convince you that something is missing. Nothing is missing. Everything is being aligned. And when the moment finally comes, when the right person enters your life, you will not have to question it. You will feel it in your peace, in your spirit, in the quiet certainty that this is different. This is right. This is from God. Until that day arrives, continue to grow, continue to trust, continue to honor the depth within you, because that depth is not random. It is the very thing that is leading you to the love your soul has been prepared to receive. And even now, in this very moment, there is something happening within you that you may not fully recognize yet. It is a quiet strengthening, a gentle settling, a deeper understanding that your journey is not behind schedule. It is unfolding exactly as it should. You are beginning to see that your difference is not something to fix, but something to honor. It is the very reason you did not lose yourself in connections that were never meant to last. It is the reason you walked away when others would have stayed. It is the reason your heart kept searching for something real, even when it would have been easier to settle for less. My beloved soul, do not move away from this moment. There is still something heaven wants you to receive. The truth is, your spirit has been trained to recognize what is genuine. You may not have always trusted it, but it has always been guiding you. Every time something felt off, even if everything looked right on the surface, your spirit knew. Every time you felt a lack of peace, even when you tried to ignore it, your soul was speaking. And now you are learning to listen. This is part of your preparation, because when your soulmate enters your life, you will not need to second guess what you feel. It will not come with confusion or constant uncertainty. It will carry a calm assurance, a sense of rightness that does not need to be forced or explained. That is how you will know. My beloved child, stay with me till the end, because something beautiful is being revealed. You have spent so much time becoming someone who can love deeply, who can understand beyond words, who can hold space for another soul with patience and care. And that is not something everyone develops. That is something that is built through experience, through reflection, through quiet seasons where God works within you. You are not being left behind in those moments. You are being shaped into someone who can receive and give a kind of love that is rare, and that kind of love cannot be rushed. It must be prepared for. My beloved soul, do not skip this, because this truth matters. The connection that is meant for you will not require you to abandon yourself. It will not ask you to lower your standards or ignore your inner voice. Instead, it will align with everything God has been building within you. It will feel like peace meeting peace, like truth recognizing truth. And suddenly, the feeling of being different will no longer feel like a burden. It will feel like a blessing, because you will see that it was guiding you all along. There were moments you felt misunderstood, moments you felt like no one truly saw you, moments you questioned if anyone ever would. But those moments were not signs that you are unlovable. They were signs that you had not yet met the one who is meant to understand you. Not everyone is meant to understand your depth. Not everyone is meant to walk your path. And that is okay, because the one who is meant for you will not struggle to see you. They will recognize you. My beloved child, remain here with me, because the final part of this message is meant to settle your heart. You are not waiting for love to begin. You are already in a season of love. A love where God is shaping you, protecting you, guiding you, and preparing you for something that will not break you, but build you. You are not alone in this journey, even when it feels quiet. God has been with you in every step, in every moment of doubt, in every silent prayer, in every tear you did not show anyone, and He has not forgotten what your heart desires. He placed that desire within you for a reason. So, trust this process. Trust your difference. Trust the timing. Because the same God who made you feel set apart is the same God who is leading you towards someone who will meet you in that same depth, that same understanding, that same spiritual alignment. And when that moment finally arrives, you will not feel lost anymore. You will feel found. Until then, walk with peace, carry your hope gently, and remember that nothing about your journey has been wasted. Every step has been leading you closer to the love your soul has always known was meant for you. And even as you begin to feel this truth settling into your heart, there is still more that heaven wants you to understand, because your journey is not just about meeting someone. It is about becoming someone who can sustain what God is bringing. The difference you feel within you has been shaping your identity, not isolating it. You were never meant to blend into what is common. You were meant to stand in what is real, and real love requires a real foundation. Not just emotions, not just attraction, but alignment, maturity, and spiritual awareness. My beloved soul, do not step away now. Something deeper is unfolding just for you. There were seasons when you felt like nothing was happening, when days passed quietly, and your heart wondered if anything was changing. But beneath that silence, God was doing some of His most powerful work. He was removing hidden fears, healing old wounds you did not even realize were still affecting you, and teaching you how to trust without needing constant reassurance. That kind of growth is not loud, but it is lasting. And it is the reason your future connection will not collapse under pressure, because it will be built on something solid within you first. You may not have noticed it at the time, but you have become stronger, calmer, and more aware. Things that once confused you no longer hold the same power. Situations that once pulled you in no longer feel right. This is not coincidence. This is transformation. My beloved child, stay with me, because what is coming next will bring clarity to your waiting. The truth is, divine timing does not only depend on you. It also involves the other person God is preparing for you. Just as you have been growing, they have been growing too. Just as you have been learning lessons, they have been learning theirs. And until both paths are ready to meet, the timing will not align. This is not delay. This is precision. Because when God brings two people together, He does not just look at the moment. He looks at the future, at what that connection will face, at what it will need to withstand, and He prepares both hearts accordingly. That is why rushing would have only created something incomplete. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because this truth is protecting your peace. You have seen what happens when things move too fast, when emotions lead without wisdom, when connections form without foundation. They may feel intense at first, but they do not last. What God is building for you will not be based on intensity alone. It will be rooted in stability, understanding, and mutual growth. It will not burn quickly and fade. It will grow steadily and remain. And that kind of love is worth every moment of waiting. There is also something you need to release, and that is the pressure of trying to understand everything right now. You do not need to have all the answers. You do not need to see the full picture. Your role is not to control the timing, but to trust it. Because the same God who allowed you to feel different is the same God who is guiding your steps even when you cannot see where they are leading. My beloved child, remain here with me, because this next part is for your heart. You are not behind in life. You are not missing out. You are not watching others move ahead while you are stuck. You are on a path that is uniquely yours, one that cannot be compared, because it was never meant to be the same. What is meant for you requires a different pace, a deeper preparation, and a stronger foundation. And that is exactly what you have been receiving, even when it did not feel like it. The feeling of being spiritually different has often made you feel alone, but it has also been the very thing that kept you aligned. It has been your inner guide, your quiet protection, your spiritual awareness that refuses to settle for less than what is right. And one day, very soon, you will look back and realize that this difference was never a burden. It was a blessing in disguise. My beloved soul, do not look away now. Heaven is still writing your story. There is someone who will understand your silence, who will respect your depth, who will not be overwhelmed by your heart, but will feel at home within it. They will not see your difference as something strange. They will recognize it as something beautiful, something familiar, something they have been searching for as well. And when you meet them, there will be no need to explain who you are, because they will already feel it. That is not forced. Looks like. It is felt. It is not confusing. It is clear. It is not temporary. It is lasting. My beloved child, stay with me till the very end. Because this final revelation is meant to settle every doubt within you. You were never meant to fit into spaces that could not honor your spirit. You were never meant to give your heart to those who could not carry it with care. You were never meant to lose yourself just to feel chosen. You were always meant for a connection where you are seen, valued, and understood without needing to change who you are at your core. And that is exactly what God has been preparing for you. So, release the fear, release the doubt, release the question of when, and hold on to the truth of it will. Because it will happen at the right time, in the right way, with the right person. And when it does, it will not feel rushed. It will not feel uncertain. It will feel like everything has finally come into place. Until that moment arrives, continue to walk in faith, continue to trust the process, and continue to honor the depth within you, because that depth is not accidental. It is intentional. It is sacred, and it is leading you exactly where you are meant to be. And even now, as you are still here, still listening, still holding on to this message, there is something sacred happening within your spirit that words can barely capture. It is the quiet realization that maybe, just maybe, everything you have felt was not a mistake. That the depth within you, the way you love, the way you see the world, the way your heart refuses to settle, was never something you needed to change. It was something God intentionally placed within you. My beloved soul, do not leave this moment, because what you are about to receive is meant to settle something deep inside your heart. You have spent so much time wondering why you feel different, but you were never meant to carry that question as a burden. You were meant to discover it as a sign that your journey is not ordinary, a sign that your love story is not meant to be rushed, repeated, or shallow, a sign that what is coming into your life must match the level of depth God has already built within you, and that kind of alignment cannot be forced. It must be prepared carefully, intentionally, and completely. There were times when you felt tired of waiting, tired of hoping, tired of believing that something real was still ahead for you. You may have even tried to convince yourself that maybe you should stop expecting so much. Maybe you should just accept what is available. Maybe you should quiet that deep knowing inside you. But every time you tried, something within you resisted. Something refused to let you settle. And that something was God's protection over your heart. My beloved child, stay with me just a little longer, because this truth is for you. The reason you could not force yourself into the wrong connections is because your spirit has already been introduced to the idea of something right. Even if you have not experienced it yet, your soul recognizes it. It recognizes peace. It recognizes sincerity. It recognizes alignment, and because of that, anything less feels heavy, confusing, or incomplete. That is not you being difficult. That is you being guided. And guidance is not always comfortable, but it is always purposeful. You are not missing out on love. You are being preserved for it. There is a difference. Missing out leaves emptiness, but preservation carries intention. It means something is being protected until the right moment arrives. And that is exactly what is happening in your life. God is not withholding love from you. He is withholding you from what is not truly love. My beloved soul, do not skip this, because heaven is still speaking to you. There is a connection being prepared that will not confuse your heart. It will not leave you guessing. It will not make you question your worth. It will not require you to chase or prove yourself. It will meet you in clarity, in peace, in mutual understanding. And when it arrives, it will not feel like something new. It will feel like something familiar, like your soul has finally found what it has been recognizing all along. That is why your journey has been different, because what is coming into your life is not common. It is intentional. It is aligned. It is guided. My beloved child, remain here with me, because we are approaching something important. You have already come so far, even if you do not always give yourself credit for it. You have walked away from what was not right, even when it was hard. You have chosen growth over comfort, even when it felt lonely. You have held on to your values, even when the world around you tried to convince you to lower them. That is strength, that is faith, that is preparation. And none of it has been wasted. Every step has been shaping you into someone who will not just find love, but sustain it, nurture it, and protect it. Because real love is not just about finding the right person. It is also about being ready to receive them fully. My beloved soul, do not look away now. The final truth is here. One day, sooner than you think, you will meet someone who does not see your difference as something strange, but as something sacred. They will not be intimidated by your depth. They will be drawn to it. They will not misunderstand your silence. They will respect it. They will not rush your heart. They will honor its pace. And in their presence, you will not feel like you have to become someone else. You will feel free to be exactly who you are. And in that moment, everything will make sense. The waiting, the loneliness, the questions, the moments of doubt, all of it will come together into a single realization that God was never delaying your story, He was perfecting it. So, hold on a little longer, trust a little deeper, believe a little stronger, because what is meant for you is not passing you by. It is being prepared, just as you have been prepared. And when the time comes, it will not miss you. It will find you, right where you are, in the exact moment you are ready to receive it. Until that day, walk in peace, carry your faith gently, and remember this above all else. You are not different by accident. You are different by design, and that design is leading you straight into the love your soul has been waiting for all along. And now, as this message gently comes to its final moment, let your heart become still for just a second and truly receive this. You were never meant to understand your journey all at once. You were meant to trust it step by step. Every feeling of being different, every moment of not fitting in, every season of waiting was not separating you from love. It was guiding you toward the right kind of love. My beloved soul, this is where everything becomes clear. This is where your heart finally rests in truth. You are not behind. You are not forgotten, and you are not too different to be loved. You are being led with precision, with care, and with divine intention. The same God who placed a deep longing in your heart is the same God who is preparing the person who will understand it. Nothing about your story has been random. Nothing has been wasted. Every delay carried purpose. Every lesson carried meaning. And every quiet moment carried preparation. One day, and it will come, you will stand in a moment where everything finally makes sense. where your heart feels a peace it has never felt before, where love does not confuse you but confirms you. And in that moment, you will realize that being different was never your struggle, it was your sign. A sign that your soul was always being guided towards something real, something aligned, something that reflects the love God intended for you from the very beginning. My beloved child, carry this with you even after this message ends. You are not waiting for your life to begin. You are already in the middle of a divine story unfolding in perfect timing. So, walk forward with peace, protect your heart without fear, and trust without overthinking, because what is meant for you will not pass you. It will reach you, it will recognize you, and it will stay. And until that day arrives, rest in this truth. You are deeply seen, you are gently guided, and you are already loved more than you realize.